So, when do you remember when you got the phone call? When y'all got the call out?
Yeah, we really kind of thought it was a joke. I mean, we thought it was somebody with wrong information that called. We're like, did they really just say that?
Seen nothing to that aspect with a child. We've seen various things as far as motor vehicle crashes, gunshot wounds, and things like that. As far as that type of injury, though, not with a child.
I was sitting at home. The kids had just got off the school bus about 30 minutes earlier, and both my boys ran outside to go play because they were making a clubhouse in the woods behind our house, and they were clearing brush with machetes.
Well, I was just out there walking, and I was making a place for a club treehouse, and I tripped over a little vine and fell on it.
Bill, my neighbor, went and sat with Chance, and his son came running in my back door and told me, and I went flying out the back door and ran out there. And I remember running the whole time, and I just closed my eyes and I said, please do not let me lose this child. Please do not let me lose this child, please.
Lots of different things come through your mind, whether, if he's still impaled or if we're going to have different scenarios that come through. As far as not only is it a medical patient, but now this might be a rescue situation. So there's various things that go through your head when something like that comes out.
That day I get a phone call from my daughter that
In the ambulance, I was one of the people that rode in the ambulance, and in the ambulance, we fought with him to stay awake for quite a while. And I mean, you kind of worry about it, but I was hoping it was going to turn out better. So.
Amanda says, get here now. Chance is gonna die.
There was a lot of times where he would just point blank come out and say, Mr. Bryan, am I going to die? I mean, he asked me that multiple times.
Well, I got the phone call as I was leaving work, so I immediately got my vehicle, got on to I-20, and as I was getting on I-20, I met the ambulance.
In the meantime, my phone is dinging. I got 80-something texts in that time frame. People were praying.
My first thought was they were going so slow, and I'm thinking, okay, a machete through his body, probably an emergency. So I called my sister and I said, hey, is this you in front of me? She said, yeah. And I said, tell them to step on the pedal, go. And she said they can't because they don't want to jar anything.
To not move the machete, to not jar him, to not rupture anything, just to keep him still and not hit bumps.
Of course, nobody really knew what to expect. I mean, you hear it, but you can't really imagine it. And I don't think it was until I saw the picture of him with the machete still in him that I realized what a miracle it was.
It took them 6 minutes to get him out of the ambulance and into surgery. And the trauma surgeon came out one time and updated us, and he came out and he just stood there for a second. We all kind of huddled around him, and he said, the only thing that happened was he scraped his liver, and the liver heals itself, and he punctured his diaphragm, and we repaired it. He said, that's it. He said it missed his kidneys, it missed his bowels, it missed his major arteries, it missed everything. And he walked away. And then he's just stood there for a minute by himself, and he turned back around and he came back and he said, that's not what I was expecting to come tell you. And he said, I was not expecting that outcome. He said, I was expecting way worse. And he said, I'm just fathomed. He said the exact words, he is a miracle.
I mean, there's just no other explanation that, let alone he's alive with no injury, nothing long term that affected him.
So that is a miracle. And God has something in store for that boy.